Xi Jinping has now hailed his COVID policy and has in fact said that China has changed its COVID response as far as possible in light of the evolving situation by taking a targeted and science-based strategy. Xi Jinping also emphasized that authorities and members of the public, particularly those in the community and the medical profession, had bravely maintained their stances throughout the sudden withdrawal of the zero COVID policy and the government's lack of preparation, which caused a spike in COVID cases in China. Xi Jinping, however, avoided discussing the suffering of the populace, their recent rise in rage, or how their reaction pushed the government to reverse its stance. Joining us on the broadcast, we have Ambassador Suresh Kumar Goyal. We also have Mr. Sanjeev Srivastav. Ambassador Goyal, Xi Jinping now coming out hailing China's COVID policy. This is not a first serve. We've seen this in the past as well. We've seen Xi Jinping continue to reiterate how China's COVID policy has been so successful. However, sir, we've seen the visuals, and they're rather heartbreaking. There are morgues that have been filled up, and so on and so forth. I don't have enough time to be able to describe the visuals, but Ambassador Goyal, very quickly, one answer from you. How must the world now be viewing what's happening in China, really? Leave aside Xi Jinping's statement, because that, of course, is not something that the world can go by.
I think basically the visuals which are now pouring in to the world from China, or pouring out of China, have clearly demonstrated that China cannot be trusted, even in respect of the safety of their own people, the treatment of their own people, their livelihood. For Xi Jinping, for China, basically, the insularity is a must, because they need to prove that their communist system is better than others. The problem is the ideological divide and the contest between the two, and this is going to go on. The good thing is that the world now realizes what China is all about, but what they can do about it is yet to be seen.
Absolutely. If we also have Dr. Naresh Chawla, if I can also rope him in here. Dr. Chawla, thank you so much for waiting so patiently with us on the broadcast as we came to this story. But I just want to pick your brains, Dr. Chawla. Whatever is happening in China, should that be sending alarm bells through India? Because at the end of the day, China is our neighbor. Should we be concerned about cases trickling in from China to our country?
Two things. China has adopted a very arrogant policy. They always do. They don't bother about anything international. As far as India is concerned, till now, let me tell you, the situation is not bad at all. For last 3 weeks, we are discussing the same thing all over again. With such a bad state in China and India, we have hardly very, very few cases. So I would say, per se, yes, we have a reason to be to exercise precautions, all be cautious. But at the same time, the ground city as the situation as we see in India, and clinics, nursing homes, hospitals, we have very little of corona. And the BF7, this particular strain, we have very, very few cases. We are mostly seeing BA2 and 3 cases, which are not very fatal at all. So yes, we have a reason to be cautious, but not fear per se, because for last 3 weeks practically, we are fearing that it might come to our country, It has not come at all. So as I see all across NCR and various other states, the cases are very, very few. So till that time, we have to keep our fingers crossed. But at the same time, as I always say, not to fear, not to panic, but use the minimum precautions, that is the corona prepared behavior, mask. Practically, believe me, as I see in Delhi, it practically hardly, not more than 2 to 5% people are using it.
Yes.
People are roaming around just like that. So we need to adopt the corona protocol. Plus, again, another thing which I always say is the vaccination, the booster dose. I appeal through your channel also, the government of India should declare the booster vaccination free to all people. Till now, it is free for only people above 60. So if that is done, I think for the time being, we can be very relaxed as far as corona is concerned.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.